welcome back to my channel. So we have a lot of updates to talk about regarding Chance in this video. So in my last video about Chance, it had came out that him and Alyssa had neglected this puppy they adopted from Taylor and 2 other dogs and a few of Alyssa's bunnies. And there's a few posts that I actually forgot to add to that video that I want to talk about now. And it talks about the condition the bunnies were left in. In this picture here, you can see how trashed their cage was, and they were left with no food at all and was literally just surviving off trash. It says, "Meet Audrey and Augustus. We didn't plan to intake any bunnies today, seeing as we're on intake freeze for owner surrenders and full of emergency dumps, but we had no choice. These 2 bunnies were found in a condemned house today with no food or water, and they've been eating trash to survive. Audrey is bone thin, has an upper respiratory infection, and urine scald. Augustus is in better shape, but not by much. It's an emergency situation, and we need all hands on deck. We got dozens of surrender requests and can accommodate any, and we're full and low on resources. We keep saying and then keep getting presented with emergency cases, and it just doesn't end." And then it shares information in case anybody wants to adopt the bunny. Last time I checked, yesterday, this place still had both of the bunnies. And yesterday, Chance had a court date. And his bond for his 2 felonies he caught just a few weeks ago was set at $25,000. So when he went to court yesterday, his lawyer filed for a bond reduction. So that got approved, and the bond got reduced to where he would only have to pay 10% of $5,000. So he would only need $500 to bond out of jail. And after they reduced his bond, not long after that, he bonded out. And these are on the 2 felonies: the tampering with a motor vehicle first-degree charge and the fraudulent use of a credit card. And his next court date is on February 22nd. So once Chance went to jail this last time, I assumed that his girl Alyssa wouldn't be in the picture much longer, and I predicted in my last video that she'd probably go running back to her ex that she was with for 4 years, that she left for Chance because she had a more stable environment when she was with him. And it's been one thing after another since she's been with Chance. December was one hell of a month for Chance. And it seems like my predictions were right, because I was scrolling on Facebook and I noticed that Alyssa's ex posted a picture of them in bed together. And he says the last couple of days have been amazing, over and over again, with a little heart emoji. And then a day before he posted that, there's a few videos that he was tagged in. And I went and looked at the videos and I noticed that there's Charles, and standing right next to him is Alyssa, and there's video where he's kissing her, and she just seems really uncomfortable. I guess this is his grandpa's birthday party that they showed up at, and I'm sure she probably felt awkward if the whole family knew that she just ran off for some guy that she was obsessed with off a TV show and then comes running back. I figured he was gonna be willing to take her back, because when he told me that she had left him for his son at one point and he took her back after that, then her leaving him for Chance, that'd be nothing compared to that. I had a hunch that they were back together before I found out they were back together, because when that post was posted on Facebook about Alyssa's bunnies and they're trying to find a new home for them, Charles actually commented under the post and said that he was coming to come get the bunnies and save them. And I was like, okay, well, why would he want to come get the bunnies if that's his ex, and, you know, his ex left him for another person, unless he was getting back with Alyssa? So this is where I get a little confused. Not long after Chance bonded out, on his Facebook, he posted, "Glad you're home, fought hard for this." And it's like, why are you referring to yourself in third person? It almost sounds like somebody else posted this, talking about how they're glad Chance is home. And, you know, we know Alyssa likes to be on his accounts. It almost sounds like Alyssa posted this, or somebody he's messing with posted this. And someone commented and they said, "Well, at least your girl ran back to her ex, so now you can focus on yourself and that baby." Someone else commented, "Better stay on your P's and Q's so you can support that baby." And then Chance responded, "Goals." So I talked to Alyssa's ex, or I don't know. I guess they're still exes, Alyssa and Charles. They were together, and I was assuming maybe they got back together. But he said that they just spent a few days together, and he says she was here, but she's no longer here. And I had another source told me that they heard that she's supposed to be going and moving in with her mom. But I just still think it's weird because as soon as Chance gets out of jail, all of a sudden that post is on his Facebook, and she up and left Charles not long after Chance got out of jail. And I even asked Charles, like, do you think she went back to Chance? And he's like, I hope not. And he's like, Alyssa's going through a lot. The few days I saw her, she was really down and depressed. She lost everything. I've never seen her act like this before. I mean, I feel bad on one hand because she's young, and I think she thought she was just going to date this dude from the show and get on the show and get all this clout and followers, and it was just going to be awesome. But instead she gets with Chance, and she's just posting free sex videos on Instagram and Twitter for the whole world to see. And by the way, they're still up on Twitter as I speak, and that's another thing. Like, if she's not with Chance, I would be deleting those videos, because otherwise those videos are just going to continue to come back and haunt her. And instead she gets with Chance, and the exact opposite happens. She gets dragged, and it ends up being a living hell. But I mean, what do you expect when you decide to fall for Chance, who's a career criminal and a bank robber, and we see that he's like one of the most worst partners on the show, and she thought she was going to get with him and it was going to be different. If she is done with Chance, I really don't have much of a reason to talk about her anymore, unless she does something crazy, like a couple months from now we find out that she's pregnant with Chance's baby, or she gets back with Chance, or something crazy. But I just have a feeling that this is not the last we're going to be hearing about her. I just really have a strong feeling that she's involved with Chance somehow, some way, because it just doesn't make any sense. She just ups and goes back to her ex for 2 days and has him believing, that she's back for good, and then suddenly she just ups and leaves. As soon as he gets out of jail, I think she thought that he was probably going to be going to prison for a long time, and then she didn't know he was going to get his bond reduced and get out just within days. So that's it for this video, guys. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the future. I just got done watching tonight's episode, and I cannot believe Taylor exposed that Chance was texting other guys and has a thing for guys. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised, because I remember seeing multiple people on Reddit and on different Facebook groups. Like, one guy said that he was locked up with Chance, and Chance was hooking up with one of his cellmates, and someone else on Reddit claimed that they knew Chance had hooked up with a few other guys. And at first I thought, sometimes people just be saying anything about people, and I wasn't how true they were. But now what we're finding out from Taylor, I think what those people said had some validity to it. Okay, so now it's the next morning, January 6th. I was in the process of editing my video and about to make a thumbnail and upload it. And I got a few updates I wanted to add to this video. So, as I was saying, I had a feeling this wasn't going to be the last time we heard about Alyssa. I just had a hunch. And my intuition was right. Less than an hour ago, Charles posted on his Facebook tagging Alyssa and saying, "I suggest you stop with your bogus accusations and your lies. You have gone way too far this time, and I have the proof I need to shut your lies down. Please just stop before this backfires on you." And then someone says she needs to leave you alone or I'll make a special drive. And he says, "I love you for that, but I won't go to that. She's just on some sort of BS and caught up in ish. She needs to get her head out of her butt." And the last time he made a post like this is when Alyssa packed her bags and left him for Chance. So he did message me this morning, and he says he has an update, but he will share later. So when I do get an update from him, I will include it in my next video. And this morning, I also woke up to a lot of messages of these different people sending me a post from a different meme page on Instagram where they said they had sources tell them that Taylor was the one who actually bonded Chance out of jail and picked him up from jail. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned that this would happen because, they get paid every Friday from the show, so I could see Chance hitting her up and be like, "Hey, just bond me out and I'll pay you back on Friday when I get my check from the show." And Taylor actually responded in the comments. She said, "Look, he might be the father of my kid, and I don't wish ill for him or on him, but I'm surely not going to pay $500 $100 to get him out. Shaking my head, he cost me enough money as it is. I don't know why that's a rumor, but that's ridiculous. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.